Welcome to everyone. Today we are going to discuss a very interesting topic, that is the creation of Fourier transform formula. And there are different types of formulas for Fourier transform of a function and also the inverse Fourier transform of a function. And also there is a confusion about all these formulas. So I have told you in our previous classes that each of them are correct. Now today I will going to explain all these why they are correct. So let's start. Now from Fourier integral theorem we have fx equal to 1 by pi integration 0 to infinity integration minus infinity to infinity ft cos alpha t minus x dt d alpha. This is our known expression, Fourier integral representation of a function fx. Now we also know that cos of x, this can be written as e to the power ix plus e to the power minus ix by 2. So using this we can write this expression as 1 by pi integration 0 to infinity integration minus infinity to infinity ft. Now this is equal to e to the power I alpha t minus x plus e to the power minus I, then this within term, that is alpha t minus x by 2, then dt d alpha. So we get this. Now just we have to split up this to two terms, that is 1 by 2 pi integration 0 to infinity integration minus infinity to infinity ft e to the power I alpha t minus x dt d alpha plus, again this I am writing in the next line, 1 by 2 pi integration 0 to infinity integration minus infinity to infinity ft, this one e to the power minus I alpha t minus x dt d alpha. Okay, so now put alpha equal to minus alpha in the second integral. So we get, this is the second term, second integral. So put alpha equal to minus alpha, then what is the change? That is, in case of d alpha it will be minus d alpha, and also this range of integration where alpha is for 0 to infinity and for minus alpha it will be 0 and this one minus infinity. Okay, so this second one reduces to 1 by 2 pi integration 0 to minus infinity, then minus infinity to infinity ft e to the power alpha minus alpha, so this is I alpha t minus x dt, and d alpha will be now minus d alpha, so minus d alpha. So finally we get this. Now again we can write it minus of integration 0 to minus infinity, it can be written as plus minus infinity to 0. Okay, and this is the property of integration. Just I have mentioned that if minus of a to b fx dx, this can be written as integration b to a fx dx. Okay, so now the remaining part, ft e to the power I alpha t minus x dt d alpha. So we get this. Now see, this is our fx equal to this expression, so put this value, then we get fx equal to See, this is fx equal to this. So 1 by 2 pi, this one integration 0 to infinity, integration minus infinity to infinity, f t e to the power I alpha t minus x dt d alpha, plus the second term is now this one. So plus 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to 0, integration minus infinity to infinity, f t e to the power I alpha t minus x dt d alpha. So we get this. Now just rearranging this. Okay, now zooming up. 1 by 2 pi integration. Now see, the second one is from minus infinity to 0, and this one, first one, is 0 to infinity. So combining these two, we can write it as minus infinity to 0 and 0 to infinity. So combining these two, we can write minus infinity to infinity. Again the remaining part, minus infinity to infinity, f t e to the power I alpha t minus x dt d alpha. Okay, so we get this. So fx equal to 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity, integration minus infinity to infinity, f t e to the power I alpha t minus x dt d alpha. Now this is the key line. So we box it and numbering it as 1. Next, go to type 1. So type 1. In this case, this fx can be written in this way. Okay, I am writing fx here. See, I am writing again. This is fx, our key line. Now type 1. So here this fx is written as 1 by root over 2 pi, just this 2 pi splitting up into two terms, root over 2 pi, again minus infinity to infinity, 1 by root over 2 pi. Okay, next this remaining part, minus infinity to infinity, f t e to the power I, again splitting up this, I alpha t dt e to the power minus I alpha x d alpha. From this line we get this. Next, let capital Fx is our given function. So this be a function defined on minus infinity infinity, and it is piecewise continuous, differentiable in each finite intervals and is absolutely integrable on minus infinity infinity on this interval. So if alpha, small f alpha equal to this within third bracket portion, that is 1 by root over 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity c. Here this ft is the given function for the Fourier integral representation, that is for this deduction up to this. This is our given function. But in case of here we have mentioned that this fx is now our given function. So we are writing capital Ft in that place. that is, this is capital Ft, e to the power I alpha t dt. This is f alpha. Now capital Fx equal to this outsider part, that is 1 by root over 2 pi, then integration minus infinity to infinity, and this part is this small f alpha, then this e to the power minus I alpha x d alpha, e to the power minus I alpha x d alpha. So this is 2, this is 3. Now put alpha equal to s and t equal to x. Just change the variable. Then we get from 2 fs equal to 1 by root over 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity fx e to the power I s x, and this is dx, and second one 3 implies capital Fx equal to 1 by root over 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity f s e to the power minus I s x ds. So this is Fourier transform of the function capital Fx, and this is the inverse Fourier transform of the function capital Fx. This is the formula. This is one type, and this type starts from here. This is our main key line. Then we just rearrange these terms and we get this type 1 formula. Again we can rearrange these terms and we can generate the other formulas. So I have told you that each of these formulas are correct. We have to follow any one of them. There is no mistake if we follow this formula or another type formula. Just I also explain another type formula which I have used to solve the problems for Fourier transform method. See, okay, and also here these two, that is Fs equal to Fourier transform of capital Fx and this capital Fx equal to inverse Fourier transform of Fs. So these two, which constitute the Fourier transform pairs. So we can construct the Fourier transform formula in this way. Just I will mention another type which I have used to solve the problems. See, now for type 2 again I have written this key line. Then just rearrange it. So I write Fx equal to 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity, then within bracket minus infinity to infinity ft e to the power minus I alpha x dt, and the outsider part will be e to the power this one I alpha t, and the remaining is d alpha. Yes. So now we can generate another type of formula. So similarly, if capital Fx, this is our given function satisfying all these. See, Fx is our given function defined on minus infinity to infinity interval with piecewise continuous, differentiable in its finite interval, and is absolutely integrable on this interval. So now if If we choose capital Fx as, okay, I first choose the small fs part, that is this one, small f alpha. First choose small one, small fs or small f alpha, that means this inner side part, that is integration minus infinity to infinity ft e to the power minus I alpha x dt, and capital Fx part, that is 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity, this one is small f alpha, then e to the power I alpha t d alpha. Okay, now just see here, as we consider our given function is capital Fx, this capital Fx, this is our given function. So when we write this line, then just we have to write it as this function is now capital Fx function, this is our given function, we consider in this way. So now put alpha equal to s and t equal to x, then we get from this, suppose this is 4 and this is 5, so 4 implies fs equal to, this is minus infinity to infinity, capital Fx e to the power minus I alpha, no, is x, then this is dx, and this one is from 5, we get capital Fx equal to 1 by 2 pi integration minus infinity to infinity small fs e to the power I s x ds. So here this is our Fourier transform of capital Fx, and this is our inverse Fourier transform of fx. Now see, I have used these formulas. This is type 2. Now this is our key line. You can generate type 3 formula. You choose 2 pi anywhere, what you want. So in this way, these Fourier transform formula are generated and each of them are correct. So I suggest you just follow any one of them, either type 1 or type 2, and when you solve these problems, just mention the formula in the question paper, in the solution, so that the examiner can understand that which one you used in the solution paper. Okay, so in our next upcoming videos we shall discuss more interesting topics. Keep watching, and thanks to everyone.